Thank you everyone for joining us today as well as yesterday. I have received excellent feedback from all of you from all over the world that you have really liked yesterday's concert, where we had one of the main disciples of Subhra Guha Didi, Vidushi Subhra Guha Didi, Sabina Islam Rahman, who performed yesterday. She'd be joining us here today with her guru, Vidushi Subhra Guha. So this series, which I have started with an aim that we will be discussing about 2 ragas on each session. And as I am looking forward to it, I know a lot of you also are looking forward to this session because this is a great opportunity for all of us to learn, to listen to new bandishes and to discuss about the ragas. So it's your opportunity. It's a gift from Kalakar Arts to all my viewers. Let us welcome Vidushi Srimati Subhra Guha Didi, and I'm also honored to have Vidushi Srimati Meena Banerjee Didi with us.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Subhra Di Pranam, Meena Di Pranam.
Namaste.
Sabina, thank you once again for joining us. And
Thank you
please,
so much.
if you could introduce our accompaniment on tabla today.
With me, my tabla accompaniment will be done by Sushanto Talukdar,
Shushanto Da, namaskar.
who is a
Thank you so much
disciple
for joining.
of Pandit Anindo Chatterjee, very well-known tabla player of our country, and also Sabina is there, and me.
To my viewers, I would like to mention here that, we talk about the Riyaz, we talk about Guru Shishya Parampara, but also our gurus have taught us the importance of being a professional musician. Subhradi have been suffering from tremendous problem with her voice lately. But because she promised us that we will continue with today's session, she said, no, we must go ahead. No matter what, I would like to speak. I would like to sing if I can. And I have been saying, Subhradi, don't you worry, you don't have to sing. But she was determined that she would join here today. As you can understand, being a vocalist, it's so difficult if you have problem with your vocals. I have suffered for 4.5 years. I couldn't sing. The moment I started to sing, my voice was cracking. And I know the days and nights I have spent crying all the way through. But that's what professionalism is, that despite whatever it is, if you have promised, you perform, then you come and perform. And leave the rest to God and your guru. So we have already Shupriya Datta. Thank you, Shupriya, for being here. Shupriya is saying, great initiative by Chandradi and Kalakar Arts. Thank you, Shupriya. Shilpi Ravi Didi, she's always there with us. Saying, hello, Meena Di. Namaskar, Subhra Di. Happy to join today. Hi, Sabi.
Hello.
Good evening to all of you.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you, Didi. Thank you. Shatarupa Ghosh, there is a bit of reverb which is making it difficult to listen to. We know that actually we didn't have the reverb before, but as we started, I don't know where it is coming from. Anyway, when Subhradi speaks or Minadi speaks, I would try to mute my microphone. Obviously, that would solve the problem. So over to you, Minadi.
I will start with a very frequently asked question, Subhra. This question is obviously you are the master of today's ceremony. So my first question is, before we start this rag Parichay, the first word is rag. So my question is, what do we mean by rag? What is a rag?
First of all, I would thank you, Kalakar UK, and especially Chandra Chakravarti, who is a who herself is a very good musician, and she knows the value of Indian classical music. So I thank her, and at the same time I bless her. Thank you, Chanda, and thank you, Kalakar, and thank you, all the viewers. The first day I will be talking for 1 hour, 1.5 hours. I don't know how much I will be able to. So we are talking about rag. As Meena said, rag basically the word meaning is color. But in Indian classical music, rag means the a set of notes, and it has some specific rules that one musician has to obey, has to follow. And there are some other rules also, that rag is not a set of notes only. When we sing a rag, a musician's imagination, musician's sensitivity, and uh, and also uh, creativity. Everything has to be there. And second number two is rag has to have at least 5 notes. It has exceptions, but I think in the South Carnatic music, they have uh, less than 5 notes. But in North Indian music, only one rag is there. Sorry, Meena is telling something.
Indian music also we have one rag called Malishri.
And Hindol.
Yes.
So there are exceptions. But generally, rag should be at least with 5 notes. And rag has a specific ascending and descending order. Specific order, but yet musicians still bring out the creativity also, as I said before. Number three is,
No, my question is in what way? You said that rag has an ascending and descending order. I am asking frequently asked questions.
yes,
The
please.
question is that rag has an ascending order and descending order. Do we follow that all the time, or the musician applies the notes according to his imagination or according to the raga's character? Every rag is treated like a human being,
Yes,
and
I agree, fully agree. But uh, Meena, I would say when a musician starts, not musician, a human being, when a student is starting to learn Rag Yaman, he or she has to know that it has a specific ascending and descending. Then after few years, it depends on his or her talent and vidya knowledge and own ability to spread it, to beautify it, to uh, uh, extend the rag. Sometimes you can take some freedom, but that is not the normal process, I would say. In the beginning, if one has to know what is rag, he or she has to know that there is a specific order of ascending and descending.
Very well said. Now that you are saying that you are going to elaborate on Rag Yaman, I wanted to ask
But
you
I
one
have,
thing.
sorry, before Yaman, I would say some uh, other rule of a rag. When a rag is created, you must know that you cannot skip as two notes successively. Means it is like sa and pa should be there or sa and ma should be there. That's the balance of of an octave. So sa, ma, pa. These three notes should be there, or this within these three notes, at least sa and ma and sa and pa should be there. So in lower octave, sa, komal re, shuddha re, komal ga, shuddha ga. These two sets of notes means four notes. You cannot skip. In a rag, you have to have komal re or shuddha re, ya komal ga, ya shuddha ga. Then the same thing goes to higher octave also, like komal dha, shuddha dha, komalni, shuddhani. These two sets, you cannot skip. Two sets, you cannot skip.
Very true. Very true.
So that's the normal, uh, mm, you know, uh, normal meaning of rag. How to, what is rag? Then rag is a very, very deep thing. You cannot produce a rag without uh, a specific application of a note. Like if you say Mere Bawal, without without embellishment, without nuances, without any touching of note, any kriya, she will only sing Yaman's main phrase Nirega.
Small question.
Sorry?
There is a small question,
Yes,
and that is Yaman, as I said, is always mentioned as an oceanic rag. It's a huge rag.
yes,
Why is it so? There are so many rags which have only five notes and yet they are called huge rag. So is Yaman. Why is it so?
because because you have only only the ray is very weak. Otherwise, otherwise you can sing another notes, that means six notes. You can extend, you can uh, improvise, you can emphasis, you can do every kriya. I can't hear Meena.
These notes give a lot of scope to emphasize them. Is that
Yes,
so?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
And there are so many kriyas in North Indian classical music. There are four varna, varnas, means Thai means one note, uh, Thai varna is sa, sa, sa. You can extend it as much as you can. Then uh, um, Arohi varna. Arohi varna means going ascending uh,
Ascending order.
order. So
Yes.
if you take only sa in Yaman, there is ni re, dhani re, come back to sa. Then descending order. I am talking about varnas, not kriyas.
Yes.
So, so descending order, that resa, garesa, mare, garesa. Now, sanchari varna is mixture of all these three kriyas, not kriya, varnas.
Foreigners.
So now you can see permutation combination. After permutation combination, you will get thousand of phrases, which gives you the freedom of resting in any note, and it is so suitable for any kriya like khatka, murki, mead, sood, and little bit of gamak and touching note, which is very important to any of rag. But in Yaman, we can do everything. It is
Very
it
well
is
said.
it is suitable for rag Yaman, not in Bhupali. If you say pa 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 re ka, my voice is very bad. Rega pa dha pa ta pa.
Shubhradi, just to ask, so you are talking about kriyas and varnas,
Two different things,
two different
which
things in a raga.
in a raga,
Hmm.
which Indian, North Indian, South Indian, any Indian classical music,
Hmm.
you have to use this.
Hmm.
Without knowing,
Hmm.
use everybody is using
Hmm.
without knowing.
Hmm.
But I am just specifying you that these are the things we are working with.
Hmm.
In a rag, what do we do?
Hmm. Hmm.
There is a composition, only composition is composed,
Hmm.
and that raga frame is there. That's it. And everything is abstract.
Hmm.
We, we have to hear from your guru,
Hmm.
and you have to, uh,
Then you use your own creativity after certain years of learning.
yes.
Okay. So,
When you
hmm.
really be able to understand the rag, you have to know enough compositions to, to be able to see the rag from different angles.
Hmm. Hmm. Absolutely. So we were talking about Rag Yaman,
Yes,
and what that's something I remember, Shubhradi. When I started with Guruji, while he was teaching me Rag Yaman, obviously at a very young age, after 4 or 5 lessons, I said, Guruji, I want to learn another raga. And I remember Guruji saying, you need to practice Yaman throughout your life
yes,
before even you can think of another raga. Exactly what you just said, that you need to know more compositions to be able to create and use your imagination to know that raga perfectly. You know the kriyas, you know the other things, then only you'll be able to say that yes, I know that raga. Yeah. So, Yaman, Shubhradi, we going to listen to some bandishes today of Rag Yaman and then
Yes,
discuss
yes.
about the ragas which are similar to Rag Yaman. Yes,
First,
thank
Sabina will sing uh, two, three compositions in Yaman.
you. Mhm.
Neha, can you hear the Tanpura? Meena, can you hear the Tanpura?
Can you hear the
Yes,
Tanpura, Minadi?
yes, yes.
नेहा कैसे लागा मोरा, नेहा कैसे लागा मोरा, नेहा कैसे लागा मोरा, तू नहीं संग बाली, तू नहीं संग बाली, मेरा कैसे लागा मोरा, लागा लागा ओ मोरा,
Shubhradi, if you could please tell us the bandish. There is a bit of problem with the sound, I think, so it was not clearly audible, the words. So please, if you could say the bandish, I think that would be very helpful for our viewers because this is a bandish I have never heard. So this is a new one for me too.
नेहा कैसे लागा हो मोरा, उन्हीं के संगवा आलिरी. This is the स्थाई part.
That's
Then
Thai.
अंतरा is भंवरा समान भटकत था,
Bhavara, no, Bhavar.
भंवर समान भटकत था, मन मेरो अब तो नित ही, उन्हीं के संग व आलिरी, उन्हीं के संग व आलिरी.
Okay, thank you.
Subhra, thanks for.
Sorry.
I'm saying this is a beautiful composition which starts from Nishad, lower Nishad,
Hmm.
Yes.
नीचे के निशाद से. सो यमन की कोई एक बंदिश पंचम से अगर सुनाए जो यमन में एक बड़ी खास बात ये है कि पंचम प्रबल उतना नहीं होता है।
नहीं,
तो
पंचम नहीं होता है प्रबल, ऐसी बात नहीं है। पंचम भी बहुत प्रबल है। It depends on which composition you have taken. That
अच्छा,
way you have to improvise. See, there are so many composition. I'm sorry, I cannot sing.
मीना दी, I remember, मैं वारी वारी जाऊंगी, that starts from पंचम।
Not
मैं बारी जाऊं?
হ্যাঁ, আমি যেরকম ভাবে শিখেছি পামা থেকে শুরু হয়েছে, मैं বাড়ি বাড়ি যাऊंगी, সেটা পা থেকে হচ্ছে। এটা আমি এইভাবে শিখেছি গুরুজির কাছে।
but
अच्छा,
emphasis on pa.
হ্যাঁ, এমফাসিস অন পা না, এটা পঞ্চম থেকে শুরু হচ্ছে, কিন্তু ইটস নট এমফাসাইজিং অন পঞ্চম।
I will ask her to sing a very unusual composition, which is a gift from me to Chandra.
থ্যাংক ইউ।
This is a top khyal
ওয়াও,
in Yaman.
থ্যাংক ইউ।
ओके।
The composition of Pandit S.N. Narayan Datta.
तुम तो अपरम पार, तुम तो अपरम पार, पालनहारा खड़क के आधार, दीन दीन दुनी के दुख हार जीवन शरण गए की लाल दीन दुनिये दुख हार जीवन शरण गए की
Okay, so is it okay? Have you heard properly, Chanda? Just say the
Yeah,
wordings.
if you could say the words, if you could please, then I will be able to write it down if anybody wants to.
तुम तो अपरंपार पालनहार खलक के ना हाँ खलक के पालनहार खलक के एक आधार,
तुम तो अपरंपार पालनहार खलक के एक आधार।
अंतरा दीन दुनी के दुख हार गरीब नवाज शरण गए की लाज संहार।
वाह,
देखो जैसे शब्द,
what a beautiful bandish this is.
And I am telling you, this kind of a very rare kind of tab khayal.
Hmm.
So beautiful wordings, and so beautifully it is gutha, composed. So सब
Lovely.
उस्तादों का काम है,
Hmm.
ये सबके बस की बात नहीं है.
Hmm.
Everybody cannot do it. Anyway, next
Thank you,
question.
Shubhrati. And this is what my idea was, to share this to the viewers, because these are the things that we don't get to hear them.
Yes.
So I'm learning, and it's an opportunity for all of us to learn from you. Thank you so much.
This was really very beautiful, Subhra.
Beautiful
Very.
one.
And there is another very frequently asked question which I would like to ask.
Yes.
एक बहुत से लोग कहते हैं यमन और यमन कल्याण एक ही राग को कहते हैं. Do you agree with this?
No, I
No.
don't.
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't agree.
But why?
Because sometimes you must have noticed that जुड़वा जुड़वा जो बच्चा होता है, in English में क्या बोलते हैं? Twins. একটু প্লিজ এটা বলে দিও বাংলায়. মায়ের গর্ভে যখন তারা থাকে, যে ফুলের মধ্যে হয় বাচ্চা, ওটাকে ফুল বলে না কি বলে যায় না, আমার তো কোনোদিনও হয়নি, আমি জানি. তো আমার ভাইয়ের বউয়ের দুটো টুইনস আছে, একদম সেপারেট, কেননা ওই ফুল দুটো আলাদা আলাদা ফুলে হয়েছিল. আর যারা একটা ফুলের মধ্যে হয় টুইনস, তারা একদম আইডেন্টিক্যাল হবে. তো ইয়ামান প্লাজেন্টা, ইয়েস, Yaman and Yaman Kalyan, they are the twins of a mother, but from different placenta. So why it is different? It has Yaman's uh, characteristics, some phrases, but the basic difference is that in Yaman we always do nirega, we don't do sarega, first of all, number one. And there are some phrases which we don't use in Yaman, but we use in Shuddh Kalyan. And Shuddha Madhyam is there to differentiate Yaman and Yaman Kalyan. But not only Shuddha Madhyam can identify Yaman Kalyan and Yaman's difference. So, sa sa re ga re sa re sa, the main phrase. Without Shuddha Madhyam, I will tell her to sing some phrases, only phrase. Just to know a very not very vividly, just the outline of the rag.
sa sa re ga re sa re sa sa sa.
Yes. So can you? I will ask viewers, or maybe Meena, maybe Chandra. Do you agree that only this phrase makes Yaman Kalyan absolutely different from Yaman? Do you agree? Only this phrase, one phrase. फिर से बोलो.
सा सा रे गा रे सा
सा सा नहीं छुआ
सा सा रे गा रे सा रे सा 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 सा
हाँ बोलो
सा गा रे गा पा रे सा रे गा रे सा रे सा
मागा पा
पा सा सा मा गा पा नी गा सा सा रे सा सा रे गा रे सा रे सा नी गा नी पा पा गा नी गा पा मा गा पा रे गा रे सा सा रे
शुद्ध मत लगा
सा पा गा नी गा पा मा गा रे सा सा रे गा रे सा रे सा सा
see
Is the
how much
fact that is starting from sare gare and not nire gare?
yes
That is what the main difference is. And
This
then
is
also again the
different.
Sutta Madhya.
and the sur ka lagao how to uchar औचार
Yes. Yes.
just translate in English कि स्वर लगाव के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है
Absolutely.
कि कैसे सारे गारे सारे सा it doesn't mean anything so just one composition in Yaman Kalyan
लंगर तुरक दिन चुमो रे लंगर तुरक दिन चुमो रे लंगर तुरक दिन चुमो रे मोड़ी गगरिया हारिया बदेहुगारी गगरिया हारिया बदेहुगारी ओ बिजनारी निरख निरख हस हस दे मोहे तारी लंगर तुरक दिन चुमोरे लंगर तुरक दिन चुमोरे
अंतरा
तुम तो महागीत पी अतन तुम तो महागीत पी अतन लागुयावत जावत अतबार बार में समेरत घेरत भूला जन्म दी जात हूँ बिजनारी
एक minute I just want to uh, uh, I just want to ask viewers to pay attention on Shuddhama. In this composition, only in Sthai, Shuddhama is used only once, and वो भी बहुत ही कम, and in Antara once. 8 lines compositions, and only this much Shuddhama is used. But how it is used, that is the thing we have to think about.
বাদিশটা কি
question?
তুমি আরেকবার গাইবে সাবিনা, তারপরে যদি একটু ওয়ার্ডস গুলো বলে দাও তাহলে ভালো হয়।
लंगर तुरक जी ना छुओ मोरी बोलो मोरी
मोरी गगरिया हारी अब देहूं गारी हूँ ब्रिज नारी निरख निरख सब हस हस दे मोहे गारी
तारी
तारी
अंतरा
तुम तो महाधीत पी अततन लागो ही आवत
अत तन लागो हे
तन लागो ही आवत धावत
अत बार बार
मैं सन हेरत
घेरत अत
है अत बार हेरत
again.
तुम तो महाधीत पियत तन आवत धावत अत बार बार मैं सन हेरत घेरत भूला जन मरी जात ब्रिज नारी
Wonderful. This is also I have not heard this bandish a lot. Quite uncommon this one, because we do keep on hearing the Yaman Kalyan. আরেকটা বান্দিশ আছে শুভ্রাদি, যেটা সাউন্ড টেস্টের সময় তুমি করছিলে, খুব কমন বান্দিশ সেটা। আরেকটা বান্দিশ আছে না ইয়ামান কাল্যাণে?
Sorry, I can't follow.
শুনতে পাচ্ছ না আমার কথা?
Sorry,
ইয়ামান কাল্যাণে আরেকটা
ইয়ামান কাল্যাণে আরেকটা
বলো
বান্দিশ
কি
আছে।
বলছো?
তুমি কি আমার কথা শুনতে পাচ্ছ?
আবাগুনে
আবাগুনে কি যে গুণিসান, ওই গানটা ওটা খুব কমনলি গাই আমরা। Can you hear me, Subhradi?
अवगुणन कीजिए।
हाँ हाँ
चलो अवगुणन कीजिए
गुणिसन अवगुणन कीजिए गुणिसन
का जाने गुण के सार हो गुण जाने गुण के सार
अवगुणन कीजिए गुणिसन का जाने गुण के सार हो गुणी जाने गुण के सार गुण कीजिए गुणिसन गुणन कीजिए गुणिसन।
So next, do you have any question or from audience or from viewers?
There are so many comments, Shubhradi, but because I know because of your voice problem, we thought that we would do this session for an hour. I'm not going to read all these comments because there are so many, and I can see everybody is enjoying. So for all of you, this is a session that I am going to run every month. So once a month, we will be discussing 2 ragas, and you will know the bandishes. We will talk about the chalan of the raga, and we will also talk about the other similar ragas. Shubhradi, তোমার কিছু মনে হয় তোমার দিকে মনে একটু অসুবিধা হচ্ছে শুনতে। Can you hear me now?
I can
ব্রেক হয়ে যাচ্ছে।
It is breaking. Your voice is breaking.
Okay.
এটা কি
তোমার ওখানে ডিভাইসে দেখো কোনো একটা প্রবলেম হচ্ছে। Can you hear me now?
Yes, better.
Okay. Yes, we will now talk about Vairavi, Shubhradi, as we said, because I'm just conscious of the time today. Shilpi Ravidi saying Carnatic music has Raga Kalyani, which is equivalent to Rag Yaman. Meenadi, any questions? Meenadi?
Yes.
I can't follow. I can't follow Chandra's. No.
Okay, I suggest Sabina, তুমি যদি একবার বেরিয়ে গিয়ে আর একবার আসো এই লিংকটা ফলো করে, maybe that would solve the problem.
Sorry?
Subhra di আমার কথা শুনতে পাচ্ছে না মিনাদি. I think she's having difficulty on her device, so I'm just asking her to go out and then come back again.
Can we move on to Bhairavi?
Yes, we will. We will.
There is a sound problem.
Sabina, can you hear me? Sabina,
Voice is
can
breaking.
you hear me?
We can hear you, but it's breaking. The words are not clear.
Okay. Can I just ask our audience, can you hear us clearly or is there a problem? If you could please just tell me.
I can hear you clearly. And
Okay.
Subhra, can you hear me?
I think
Subhra?
there is, yes, they are there. They can hear me clearly. I think Subhra, there is a
I
problem
can
at
hear
your end, I think.
properly.
You
can
can't.
hear me?
Can you just go out and come back again, Subhradi?
I think so. I think so. Take 2 minutes break.
Sure. Sure. Okay, so to my audience, if you have any questions, this is the time that you could ask.
Please.
And Meenadi, I'm sure, knowing Meenadi, she's such, you know,
Hear
such a learned person. I'm so honored that she has agreed to join us here. Maybe Meenadi could answer some of the question if you can ask. Now, it is echoing a little bit. Yeah. There is a sound problem. To be honest with you, at times I do find these problems when we are working with India. So there is, I think, it's a bit of a problem. But anyway, আমি তো সবসময় বলি যাই হোক না কেন কাজ তো করে যেতেই হবে। তো এইটুকু সাউন্ড প্রবলেমে আর কি। মিনাদি, বলো তুমি কথা বলো।
কি বিষয়ে কথা বলবো আমি সেটা
হ্যাঁ, আমরা এবার রাগ ভৈরবী নিয়ে কথা বলবো একটু। কেননা শুভ্রদীর নিজের গলার জন্য ওর একটু কথা বলতে অসুবিধা হচ্ছে আমার মনে হচ্ছে, তো ওই জন্য আমি আজকে সেশনটা ছোট করতে চাইছি একটুখানি। তো এরপরে আমরা ভৈরবী নিয়ে কথা বলবো।
Bhairavi is known as the consort of Bhairav, and Bhairav is the another synonym of Lord Shiva. That is how Bhairavi is treated, and this is a morning rag. Always Bhairavi is a morning rag. Everybody knows that, but yet there is a unwritten law that every concert ends with Bhairavi.
With Bhairavi. I was going to ask Didi, why is that? Is there something that there is a story behind that, you know, once you perform Bhairavi, you cannot perform any other raga? Why is that?
No, there is no story behind anything. The Bhairavi actually gives such a vast canvas that it can be it is very popular with all the genres of Hindustani classical music. And that is why the lighter genres like Thumri, Kajri, then even the ghazal, bhajan, everything is composed in Bhairavi and carried out very beautifully well. So after a serious concert, when artists choose to sing some kind of dhun or play some kind of dhun or sing some kind of light item, they always prefer Bhairavi. Of course, there are other ragas also, but it has become an unwritten law that Bhairavi should end the concert. And there is another thing which I feel it must be because of that. Since this is the early morning rag, usually the concerts earlier used to continue all over the night, and the artist used to finish with Bhairavi.
Hmm.
That is another big reason, I think. That is why it has become a norm to conclude an event with Bhairavi.
Hmm. There are some comments here. Moushumi Chatterjee is saying when multiple devices are on this is a common issue, then please make sure each one of you log on with a single device. Moushumi, just to let you know, we have been running the session for last 1.5 years almost, and there have been problems occasionally, like today, which is obviously beyond our control, and all of us, we actually log on from one single device, but we can't do anything if there is a problem like this, so we have to just bear with us. Sorry about it, but I'm sure you are enjoying the session. So একটুখানি অসুবিধা হচ্ছে আমি বুঝতে পারছি, কিন্তু এইভাবে একটুখানি চালিয়ে নিতে হবে, কেমন? Shushmita Sinha, great initiative, Chandra. Always wanted to learn more the raga, so very happy you are doing it. Thank you very much for joining, Shushmita. Poonam Singh, Hemlata Murali, Nayanesh P. Mehta. We also have Goirika Mathur, we have Shilpi Didi, Joyশ্রী Patil, we have Ankita Shaha, Wen Cheng Dambowski, we have Imtiaz Ahmed, we have Mopali Chaudhuri. Jayadada, thank you so much, Jayadada, for joining us here. Kalakar Anda Chandra Chakraborty's direction is doing a wonderful work in the field of education. Thank you very much for all the encouragement, support, and love that I have been receiving from you, Dada, for all throughout my journey here. Devinder Singh Lamba, we also have Koel Tripathi. Hello Koel, nice to see you here. Baba Ma, আমি মনে হচ্ছে তোমাদেরও খুব ভালো লাগছে. We also have Shom Datta Chatterjee, Shupriyo, Sonia Aks Sonam. We also have with us Indramani Shepurkar, and we have so many others joining us from all over the world. Thank you so much. Please do share. This is such an opportunity to learn, to talk about the ragas, and to discuss, to hear new bandishes, as you can see. So please do share it with your friends and family so that they can also take the advantage of it. Shubhradi is back. Shubhradi, we were talking about Rag Bhairavi now. So if you want to just
Yes.
talk, Meenadi actually already said what Rag Bhairavi is and when it is performed, and I was asking that why was it that everybody concludes a concert with Bhairavi, and we said that you cannot perform anything else other than Bhairavi. So Meenadi was talking about that. So maybe we could start with a Bhairavi Bandish.
Yes. Chalo. A beautiful bandish of Kuwar Sham. So old bandish, vintage bandish. See, she will sing. Chalo, Koel.
Re re na ye na re re na Dare ja dare ja dare ja dare ja dare ja dare ja rang to bewani dare ja dare ja dare ja rang to bewani tumhe तोहे देखूंगी कैसो नटखट है खिलाड़ी, तोहे देखूंगी कैसो नटखट है खिलाड़ी, निक सुरंग लिए मगरो तट तलत फिरत है बर जोरी, डारे जा डारे जा डारे जा डारे जा डारे जा डारे जा आ कुंवर शाम मोरी मानत नाही, कुंवर शाम मोरी मानत नाही, बार बार समझाए बहारी, बारी करूं कुंवर शाम मोरी मानत नाही, लाख सहे सहे न जाते सुने को न सुनो ललित जैसो तू ब्रज में माखन को चोर, निक सुरंग लिए मगरो तट करत फिरत है बर जोड़ी, डारे जा डारे जा डारे जा डारे जा डारे जा डारे जा रंग तो बेवारी, डारे जा डारे जा डारे जा।
This is a very uncommon bandish again. Shubhradi. Shubhradi, and there are few questions, if I may ask. It's one of my very senior students, Shaturupa Ghosh, who also lives here, is asking, are there any rules about the wordings of the bandish? Some artists don't sing them as clearly as others. Is this acceptable based on the rules of classical music? That is her question.
It should not.
Yeah,
It should not be
to
like.
my knowledge, you should clearly say the words so that we can understand. I know some
You
of the
know,
old recordings, if you hear, you can't really understand what they're singing. That's not the way it should be.
yes.
Shaturupa also has another question. She's asking, Shubhradi, could you please explain the difference between kriyas and angas a bit more clearly? It is really helpful to learn this about raga.
There are several kriyas, but usually we use first of all touching note, which is in Hindi we say स्पर्श स्वर कर्ण, जिसको कहते हैं कि थोड़ा सा कर्ण मतलब स्पर्श, टू टच मतलब not like this, touch मतलब just touch, like so re is touching ga, gare gare, ne da sa, only gare gare. Now I will touch another note, the same phrase, re re, that is pare re re re. Now re, this is not touching, this is me and she. Re, this is touching note, mi re. And from these small things, very subtle, but you can play with this kriya. So many kriya your imagination, you will get so many imaginations, creativity with this
Hmm.
touching note. Mid, soothe is which goes up like pa, pa. This is going up, ascending order of mid. मीड सूद का काम मतलब सूद है ऊपर जाना, मीड इज कमिंग डाउन, रे रे ने, रे, that is मीड. I am very sorry, I cannot produce my
Don't worry, Shubhradi.
original
From
voice.
the next session, you will be perfectly all right. Then we'll have more questions to ask.
And murki, murki is different murkis are there.
Hmm.
It is not that one murki you can even use in one rag, in one note, not always. It doesn't suit on sa. If it is suiting on sa, it cannot suit on, may not suit on pa or ga even.
Hmm.
One rag like sa, sa, sa. It is sa ni re sa,
Hmm.
one type of murki. Then if I sing sa, sa, it is re sa sa, re sa sa, sa ni. We always do it, but I think people are not very aware of this. You have to do it hourly. You have to know exactly what you are doing. And otherwise, Murki, character of Murki changes the mood of the rag. These subtle things, like another Murki can be sa, 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 reza, nisa, like sa, ni, re, sa, ni, re, sa, re, sa, pa, ma, ta, ba, ba, ma, re, sa, ni. Here in Yaman, it is that is why it is like an ocean rag.
Hmm.
But in other rag, may not suit in every note, the every murki, each and every murki should be, can be different, can be same.
Hmm.
So, ah, there is a Behlava. Ah, Gauna.
Ah,
Ah,
ah, ah, ah,
Nite dara.
Hmm.
Now another Bailava. You can use it in very slow tempo. You can use it medium tempo. You can use it very uh, quick tempo.
Hmm.
Now I am doing re ni ga re ma ga pa ma pa re ga ni ga re ma ga. I can wrote this. I can jump ga re ma ga pa re ga ni ga re ma ga pa ni ga re ma ga re ma ga ni ma ni da ni pa da, like this.
Hmm.
There are so many kriyas and like uh, khatka, कानून लगा दे फटका दे गान बन गमा से This is not touching note. This is khatka. Pa ma re. If you do pa ma, it will not go. Gama should be one note. This pa gma gma. That so subtle. If you give some really something, the proportion, if it is not proportionately done, then it is gaya kam se.
Thank you, Shubhrati. I think it's very helpful to explain this for the students, especially I'm still learning, and I would learn
I am
for
also
the rest
still
of my
learning.
life. Yeah, this is
Also still learning.
everybody. So this is such a great thing. And Shubhrati, now let's discuss about Raga Bhairavi. And I don't know whether Shabina would be happy to present some Thumri Dadra maybe in Bhairavi. That's what we mainly
Yes.
hear from Bhairavi.
Na bandishi to dena. You know, everybody knows the ghazal or picture ka gana hai bahut. How in Hindi movies Bhairavi Rag is used. What na kiya chhe. Picture. Bhairavi no. Bhairavi, sorry. Bhairavi. अच्छा है मोहब्बत का गजल जोड़े का साथ की करो है मोहब्बत तेरे है मोहब्बत तेरे अंजाम पे रोना आया है मोहब्बत तेरे अंजाम पे रोना आया जाने क्यों आज जाने क्यों आज तेरे नाम पे रोना आया मोहब्बत तेरे नाम गा सारे सा अलग करो take one composition and she will sing some phrases in Rag Bhairavi with the bol or sargam or akar. देखो कन्हैया देखो कन्हैया देखो कन्हैया बरजोरी देखो कन्हैया बरजोरी करो ना अब देखो कन्हैया बरजोरी करो ना अब गारी दूंगी जाय जसोदा रानी से कहूँगी ना डरूंगी तो से डरूंगी यार देखो कन्हैया बरजोरी देखो कन्हैया बरजोरी ये बरजोरी कन्हैया ये बरजोरी ना देखो कन्हैया बरजोरी
देखो कन्हैया बरसो, देखो 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 कन्हैया बरसोरी बरजोरी करो ना बरजोरी ना नहीं कहूँ कितनी कहूँ तो लाज देखो कन्हैया बरसो
कन्हैया
बरजोरी कन्हैया बरजो.
There are several compositions, but today I think Bhairavi, we will take another day when my voice will be better. I will take another day. Bhairavi Rag is also like an ocean. You can use not only Gama Dhani Komal, sorry, Rega Madha Ni Komal, Rega Dhani Komal, sorry. But you can use 12 notes, but not in a way of, light, uh, light songs, not like this. In Khyalang, Dhupad Dhamar, we will take another session, Bhairavi Rag Bhairavi. So today I should be excused because I think my voice is little
No,
bit.
no, that's absolutely fine, Shubhradi. We can understand that. And
This was
Minadi, any
enriching.
questions, Minadi?
I'm saying this was very enriching, and we'll wait for another session on elaborate session on Bhairavi, because
Yes,
Bhairavi, as you said, is another oceanic rag
yes.
which needs a lot of time to explain
Yes.
all kriyas and angas.
So many things.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, in Kriyas, there is another Kriya named Pukar,
Pukar. Very special of Agra.
Agra. I forgot to mention, so I will demonstrate it when in next session.
God willing, yes.
So I am so thankful to uh, Chandra as well as Meena. Meena is also not well, but she has come and she has a very, positive energy, positive vibration. So
Thank you, Subhra.
thank you,
And
Meena,
thank
for
you.
coming. And thank you.
Thank you, Sabina.
And thank you,
Sabina, and
Savita.
thank you so much. To our viewers, thank you very much for joining, and I'm sure you have enjoyed the session as much as I did. And it's a learning opportunity for all of us. Having Shubhradi here, she is the topmost vocalist of Agra Gharana at the moment. And she has got, I know Shubhradi since I was 10 years old, probably a bit younger even, at Sangeet Research Academy.
No,
And
no.
I knew Shubhradi was always so keen. Riyaz, her practice, I used to listen to and I used to think, oh my goodness, Shubhradi again practicing since 5 o'clock in the morning. See, Shubhradi keep going and going and going. And now you can see that she's she's somebody that we could learn so much. Subhradi, তুমি কিছু বলছো? বলো কি বলছো?
It is endless thing that Indian classical music, it is absolutely impossible for a person to be able to be a very good in rag and very good in lay, rhythm and melody. It is absolutely impossible to acquire in one life. It is so vast subject. So I am also learning from every day. I learn from something or other.
Absolutely. Shilpi Didi, I think I have lost your question. Shilpi Didi is asking, please ask my question that I have asked. I can't see your question here, Shilpi Didi. If you don't mind, if you could please just type it for me. And Moushumi, to be honest with you, I am not at all a technical person, trust me. But I have learned to use the StreamYard and how, because it's been over a year when I started celebrating my Guruji's centenary. But what happens is at times there are connection problem in India, and especially that's what I have, I have experienced that whenever we organize something, we had Amphan, we have so many other things that it's at times it's disturbing. But as I said, we are here to, and if you have any suggestions, please do tell us. And these sessions, these are not for me, these are for everybody else, so that we all could benefit from this. One session is not enough for ragas like Yaman and Bhairavi. Requires one more session. Thank Shubhraji, Meenadi, Chanda, and Kalakar Arts. Nayanesh Bhai, thank you so much. Yes, as we said that we will be doing these sessions. And I thought I would do it once a month, but maybe if Shubhradi is happy to do it, maybe you could also do it twice a month, because I want to learn as fast as possible.
Don't punish me, please.
না শুভ্রাদি, একদম চিন্তা করো না, you get better soon. We will all wait to have the next session as soon as you get better, and I'm sure that's going to be very soon. And Shilpi, this question, as I said, Shilpi, I have lost it, I can't find it here. So whenever you are ready, send it to me, and if that is after the session is finished, I will send it to Shubhradi, and I'm sure she would reply to you. So for today, we will conclude the session here. Shubhradi, do you think Sabina could sing something for us to conclude the session, and then we could finish it here? What do you think?
I think we should finish.
Now, you want to finish it over here? Okay, that's absolutely fine. Shubhradi is not feeling very well, but thank you so much, Shubhradi, for joining. And Meenadi, thank you so much. Having Meenadi on the panel, it gives me more encouragement, and it's a blessing to have Didi with us. And having Didi's support, Didi is also a part of Kalakar Arts. She is one of our NEDs, and I was so proud of that moment when Didi said yes. So, and having Shubhradi, having Vijay uncle as well, with all their blessings, I hope that we will be able to continue with these sessions. Okay, Shilpidi is saying, in the recent concluded session of the DLMC, which is Double Land Music Conference, a junior artist concluded with Bhairavi. On the same day, a very senior artist ended the day session with Bhairavi again. So can't Bhairavi be repeated in the same day? Why so? Meenadi? I think this question is for you.
Yes, it can be repeated, because even main ragas are repeated these days. So why not Bhairavi? It can be repeated, and I'm sure they must have chosen different genre, different items. So Bhairavi can be repeated.
Okay. Thank you, Didi. So for today, we will conclude the session here. Thank you everyone once again for joining Kalakaras. Please do spread the word and please do share these sessions to your network, your friends and family so that they can listen to all these uncommon bandishes. And please keep an eye on Kalakar's Facebook page and profile for the next session of these. And then we will continue with the other Guru Shishya Parampara and Mehfil session that I have been constantly doing. So take care and stay musical, stay tuned. Most importantly,
Thank
stay
you.
safe.
God
Thank you
bless
so much.
you, Chandra and Meena.
Thank you,
Bye.
Shubhradi. Thank you, Meenadi.